Hey everyone, welcome to the Madame channel. This is Aqua, and today is a little different video because, as you know, I'm an artist. I mean, maybe you wouldn't consider me an artist, but I draw things, I make characters, I create characters, and it's been like a lot of time that I go around and see people that are like, oh, it's so hard to create a tangible is this how you describe a character, an original character. It's hard to make something new and exciting and something that I would like without having to recolor another Sonic render. Well, my friend, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to recolor whatever popular character you want to recolor and call your own, because you don't even have to draw them. What you have to do first, in order to make a good character that people will like, is you gotta set the character's being either in your head or write it down or whatever. Personally, I normally do it in my head, but for this explication, I'm gonna do it on Fire Packer. I'm gonna do it and explain how I work. So for this example, I'm gonna go back to how I made Margaret. Margaret is my main character in some way. She's a really important character. It's my quote-unquote first original character that isn't a self like insert. Like, you know how you want your character to be yourself? Well, my character right there is my main character. It's not myself. It's really different from myself, because I had a character before that was more or less what I wanted to be. But right now it's a character I don't have anything to get with her. Like, there's almost nothing between me and that character that are the same. So how I started it is, I thought, first of all, I want a main turning point. A turning point is where all your ideas will converge into and are based on. So first of all, what I did was I did the first thing. It's fuck. It's too. It's a witch. Okay, so I was like, okay, it's a witch. What do I want this witch to be? So I was like, okay, I need to think. I want some green. I don't. It's green, okay? It's green. I wanted some green in it. And the green was like, okay, let's make some kind of nature, nature. I want some nature into it. I want to be nature based. That's why Margaret in the final product has powers that controls. Well, technically she doesn't have powers yet, but she learns to get powers, which is what I'm going to do next. Because I want a witch, but I don't really want a witch. So she has no magic yet. Like, when she started as a character, she didn't know anything. She was a witch. Her mother is a witch, which also I base it on that. Mom, witch, witch. Okay, so her mom was a witch, which also went to create Juliana, but Juliana is another story. So her mom is a witch. She doesn't have powers yet. So what does she do? You know, what does she do? That's where I was like, hey, since she's about nature and she doesn't have magic yet, let's make her be a botanist. Botanist slash alchemist. Alchemist. Is that how you write it? I don't know. But botanist slash alchemist. So she cultivates like herbs, flowers, plants in general, and she makes potions out of it. Okay, so the character is taking shape. At one point I only had that. I just didn't have any more ideas. I was like, okay, her mom is a witch. She's a witch but doesn't have magic yet. She compensates with being botanist and alchemist. She's green. She's about nature. What else? What else? And I was like, okay, let's think outside the box. Let's think outside the box. And Margaret, yeah, she's a witch. Let's make her extra, well, extra original. Not really, because the witch symbol was like because of a friend that had a witch character that I completely fell in love with. And I was like, okay, what do I do? Let's make her real small. So small really small, like 1 meter tall, like the adequate height. Adequate height. Um, then I started thinking about the backstory. What could be the backstory? Unknown. So she doesn't know her other parents. Okay, she doesn't know her other parents, and that leads to questions which are later answered in the story. But okay, so I was like, how can I introduce the other parents? How can I introduce the other parent to her without having like a bad, like bad written, like weird thing? And I was like, what if a mother her mother gets cursed? Her mother gets cursed, and that leads to the follow up on my story, which is that Margaret has to go down, because, by the way, I also made a world. She lives in an island. I should point out, lives in an island. The island floats. Float. She floats in the air. It's a floating island. So it's like she has to go down, go like goes down in some sort of you know dark area. So I thought, like, what's dark? What's dark? And I was like, hey, a heavy forest. So I made a heavy forest under the island. I got like, that's the island. That's kind of the forest below. There's a crater here because the island came from here. And I was like, okay, so she goes down the island. She has to meet some people. So I met someone that's like that's like a mercenary, and that's later going to become Felicia, who has a crush on Margaret. But that's so she goes out and she does some things, and at one point she gets to a some sort of all-knowing sage, which is really weird because I wanted an all-knowing sage for a while, but like I was, how can I make the all-knowing sage, which, by the way, later becomes Ingrid, which is another girl. I know I make a lot of girls. How can I make an all-knowing sage interesting? Well, I make the all-knowing sage a girl, so G, and I make the all-knowing sage kind of young. Young. There we go. It's really young, like 20 years old, maybe. I don't know, around that. And I went right there, and the young, all-knowing sage has the power to travel dimensions. That goes on another thing. So then they learn that, well, it's not from any random person when going to the all-knowing sage. and goes back to the other parents, because it's the other parents which is around, somewhere that they don't know yet, that cursed her mother. And so she goes on a mission to find the other parent, which happens to be the great dark overlord of the world that I created. Anyway, so that's basically how I created Margaret here. So let's do something else, okay? Since I explained you how I work, I'm going to make go away. Thank you. I'm going to make a character that I don't know. I'm going to make one. It's going to take a while. I can't believe it's been 10 minutes and I already basically explained what Margaret is. But let me explain. Let me show you how I create characters exactly by, simply put, creating a character. So what do I want? What do I want? Let's see. I have a witch in training. I have a mercenary, a lonesome mercenary that lost her parents at a young age and got got to work alone ever since. I have a dark mage that lives in the beginning of times because she wanted a lot of power and just locked herself from aging and stuff. I also have, what do I have? I have Margaret's mother, which is a great witch. And what do I have else? I have Margaret's other parents. That is the Dark Overlord of the world, shit like that. I don't really have a. I do have a title, but it's kind of spoilery. If you want to hear about the whole story that I'm writing for that, well, you can ask me. What can I make? How about I make? Let's make a bunny. A bunny. Okay, it's a bunny. Okay, it's a bunny. But what's the fun in uh, um normal bunny? So I'm gonna make a bunny, but a bunny that's what can I make? The bunny the bunny uses. You can go from anywhere. Once you have the main words, you can go anywhere. So the bunny uses pencils. Pencils. Just pencils, like as a weapon. But how can she use pencils as a weapon? Well, simply put, if you use pencils as a weapon, you can use it by summoning. Summoning. Summon like minions. Minions. Like she can summon minions with pencils. Like she uses different pencils. Like she has small pen. Yeah, let's do this. Like there's three sizes of pencil. There's a small one. There's a small one which makes speedy summons. Like it's small and it's speedy. The medium one The medium one does more powerful summons. Like like maybe ranged attacks. So the medium ones does medium summons. Like they're not too heavy, but they're not too light, and they have they pack a good punch, and they attack from a distance. And then the large one, well, the large one you may guess it. It's gonna be more of a tank summon. Like maybe she can draw walls. She has really, really tanky walls and stuff like this. Yeah, that's for power. What? Since her power is about pencil, she's gonna be. Since her power is about pencils, she's gonna be an artist. She's gonna be an artist, and and an artist bunny that uses pencils to fight. She is uh okay, she's gonna be, I'm gonna put two things. She's gonna be gentle, but her true feelings are reflected through the summons. So like she's gentle all the time, she's nice and stuff, but all her anger, her sadness, and all those feelings that are negative, they are reflected through her summons. So when she summons minions, and like if she's really pissed inside, but she stays gentle on the outside, the summons are gonna be really fucking pissed, like extremely pissed. All right, you see what I mean? I'm So she's gentle, but hide her true feelings. She summons minions. Her minions reflect her feelings. She's an artist. What else can we add? What else can we make it so it's original? What makes it original? Right? What what could make it original? Well, it could be original if she travels around. Whatever, it's around, okay? The world. So she travels around the world. She's seen tons of things. She's been everywhere. She loves going around. She loves seeing how things change over time. And see, I just make that just because I went from bunny. I got all this. I'm not even done yet. I'm not even done yet. So you see, also I'm not gonna do this character, or maybe I will. I don't know. But if you want, you can have that character. You can use it. And also the last part. What I need to tell you is that the last part of making a character is the design, because and before that it's the name, but everything else, setting the context where she lives, what she does, what she do for a living, what connection she has to everyone else on your world, what world she lives in. All this, all this is before even thinking about the design, because you do the design based on how the character is. Okay, you have to have a design that sticks with the character's personality and very being, and have a name that doesn't feel weird with the design that you give. So that's basically how I do it. That's basically how I do it. And if I only had that, which is on, I can say for sure this isn't nearly fleshed out enough. But if I had to go from this, I would probably call her um I would call her Lucy, like the French name, but with English accent, because I'm like that. I like to add English accent to everything. And she would wear a classic beret. she would also wear a pair of shorts, jean shorts. Yeah, man. And some kind of. Mm, I was about to say code, but a code does not fit. I would say she would fit more in some kind of jacket, like maybe a wool and leather jacket, like where there's wool around the neck, but like it goes down to the middle, and like her little ponytail would stick between the shorts and the jacket. For the color, I'm thinking maybe regular bunny colors, like white with pink inside the ears. Maybe the eye color would be some kind of emerald green. Yes, emerald green. And she would wear like clothes. Well, I mean the shorts are gonna be blue, of course, but like the jacket would be I'd say a light brown, but like like, do you say lavished? Like a whitish brown, light brown. Like it looks like a bit old, but not too old. She would have like some sort of pockets on the up left, where she put all her pencils, and she would always have something to draw on. Of course, because if she can't draw, she can't use her pencils to summon minions. You know. So yeah, you see that it's been 22 minutes. 22 minutes in the video, and I explained how I made one character, and I just made a whole new character that I maybe not even going to draw. So if you want to draw it, or if you want to take it for yourself, go ahead. But be sure to share around the video, this video, so people can experience what you just experienced in making a new character. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if I helped you, because my goal on this is just to help making an OC that makes sense, that people can love and relate to. That's a main focus on a character. If you want my opinion, if you want a good character, you want it to be relatable. You don't want it to be like too out of this world, even though there's some people that go around with making characters that are completely out of this world that you cannot understand whatsoever. So, hope you guys have a nice day, and hope you guys make the best characters you can ever make, and cherish them, because they're characters, not just images or a pair of tits, which is weird coming from me because most of my characters are made for showing tits and stuff. I'm kinky stuff. Stop judging me, goddammit. Anyway, bye.